Hey everyone, welcome back to BikeBeat. Today we're diving into one of the most recognizable names in the midsize cruiser class, the 2026 Suzuki Boulevard C50. It's a bike that combines timeless cruiser styling with modern reliability and that unmistakable V-twin personality. If you like laid-back comfort, lots of chrome, and an engine that sounds like it's got soul, this one might be your next ride. The Boulevard C50 has always been Suzuki's answer to riders who want the full cruiser look without the massive displacement or price tag of the heavyweight segment. It's got all the visual cues you'd expect: the long wheelbase, low stance, deep fenders, and sweeping exhaust pipes. But behind that vintage look is an 805 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled 45-degree V-twin that's proven, smooth, and incredibly dependable. It's tuned for easy torque and a relaxed ride, exactly what you want for slow city cruising or long, open-road miles. Suzuki's electronic fuel injection system keeps throttle response crisp, and the 5-speed gearbox feels solid and predictable. It's not about chasing high RPM numbers, it's about delivering smooth, usable power from the bottom end all the way through mid-range. The C50 pulls confidently off the line, settles into a steady rhythm at highway speeds, and never feels strained. The final drive is a shaft rather than a chain, which is a big deal for riders who prefer less maintenance. No messy lubrication routines, just smooth, quiet power delivery every time you twist the throttle. The chassis sticks to the tried-and-true double-cradle steel frame. It gives the bike that sturdy, planted feel cruisers are known for. Up front, you've got a conventional telescopic fork, and the rear uses a hidden monoshock setup that mimics a hardtail look while keeping comfort intact. Suspension travel is modest, but it's tuned to soak up bumps well enough for typical cruiser riding. With a long wheelbase and relaxed rake, the handling is stable and predictable. It's not meant to carve corners, it's built to glide, and that it does beautifully. At roughly 277 kilograms wet, the Boulevard C50 isn't light, but Suzuki's done a good job of keeping the weight low and balanced. At low speeds it's easy to control, and once you're moving, it feels planted and sure-footed. The seat height is around 700 millimeters, so even shorter riders can flatfoot comfortably at stops. That makes a huge difference in confidence, especially for those new to midsize cruisers. Let's talk about how it feels to sit on. The ergonomics are classic cruiser, wide handlebars that sweep back slightly, forward-mounted floorboards, and a seat that feels like a couch. You sit low, relaxed, with your legs stretched out just enough to feel that cruiser posture without straining your back. The seat cushioning is thick, and the passenger perch, especially on the touring C50T version, is equally comfortable. It's a bike that invites long, easy rides rather than short, aggressive bursts. When it comes to braking, you get a single front disc and a rear drum. It's an old-school combo, and while some may prefer dual discs or ABS, this setup does the job for the C50's weight and power. The front brake has good bite, and the rear drum adds that smooth, predictable feel that fits the cruiser personality. Design is where the Boulevard C50 really shines. This is one of those bikes that turns heads parked outside a cafe. The chrome is everywhere but tastefully done on the engine covers, exhaust, mirrors, and fork shrouds. The fenders are long and deeply balanced, wrapping neatly over the wheels. The 16-inch front and 15-inch rear wheels feature classic spoke styling, and those chunky tires add to its muscular stance. The tank flows naturally into the seat and rear fender, keeping that continuous line from front to back. For 2026, Suzuki's expected to offer new paint schemes, likely deeper metallics and maybe a limited edition touring colorway. Past versions came in solid iron gray or pearl white, and they always looked sharp under the sun. Everything about this bike's silhouette screams timeless cruiser. The tank carries the Boulevard badge proudly, and the dual exhaust pipes sweep low along the right side, adding balance to the visual weight of the bike. Instrumentation is minimal but stylish. You get a large, centrally mounted speedometer with an integrated gear indicator, fuel gauge, and clock. It's all mounted on the tank, which keeps the handlebar area clean and uncluttered. It's not digital overload, just the essentials, the way cruisers should be. On the road, the Boulevard C50 feels composed. It's happiest between 50 and 100 km per hour, gliding effortlessly with that deep V-twin rhythm. There's a distinct sense of refinement here, vibrations are present, but they're more of a pulse than a buzz. The exhaust note is deep, mellow, and satisfying, giving you that authentic cruiser soundtrack without being obnoxiously loud. At highway speeds, the C50 is surprisingly comfortable. The gearing is tall enough that the engine doesn't feel strained, and the wind blast is manageable, though if you're doing long-distance touring you'll appreciate adding a windshield. The seat keeps you comfortable for hours, and the floorboards let you shift foot positions occasionally to keep fatigue away. For city riding, the bike's weight becomes noticeable in stop-and-go traffic, but the low seat and smooth throttle make it easy to handle. Fuel economy is decent for an 800 cubic centimeters cruiser, and the 15.5-liter tank gives you a respectable range before you need to stop for gas. For most riders, that means a solid day's ride without worrying about refueling too often. Now, let's talk about value, because that's one of the biggest reasons people love the Boulevard C50. In 2025, the MSRP sat around $9,299 in the US, and the 2026 version should land very close to that, maybe just under $9,500 depending on the region. That puts it right in the sweet spot, not cheap, but excellent value for a liquid-cooled V-twin cruiser with a shaft drive and full-size presence. Compared to larger, more expensive models from Harley or Yamaha, the C50 gives you the same visual drama and riding comfort without the premium price or maintenance cost. What makes it special is how approachable it is. You don't need to be a veteran rider to handle it, yet it still feels like a big, proper motorcycle. It's got enough power to carry a passenger comfortably, enough stability for highway travel, and enough charm to make you glance back at it every time you park. Suzuki's build quality is excellent, the engine is famously reliable, and the shaft drive adds years of low-maintenance riding. Of course, it's not perfect. The weight can be a little intimidating for new riders at first, and some might prefer a sixth gear for lower revs on long highway runs. The rear drum brake, while functional, feels dated. But none of those are deal breakers. They're just reminders that this bike prioritizes simplicity, tradition, and reliability over flashy modern specs. If you're looking for something that offers the cruiser experience without breaking the bank, the 2026 Suzuki Boulevard C50 absolutely deserves a spot on your shortlist. It's got classic style, genuine comfort, and proven reliability. It's a machine that invites you to slow down, enjoy the ride, and take in the scenery instead of rushing through it. The 2026 Boulevard C50 continues Suzuki's tradition of delivering solid, dependable cruisers that look and feel more expensive than they are. It's the kind of motorcycle that doesn't chase trends, it just gets the fundamentals right. A smooth engine, timeless design, and honest value. If that sounds like your kind of riding, definitely give this one a look. Thanks for hanging out with me on BikeBeat. If you enjoyed the review, hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth rides and reviews. Until next time, ride safe, keep the shiny side up, and enjoy the road ahead.